play a few matches. Maybe. I think this deck's very reasonable. I wouldn't have played it this past weekend if I didn't think it was reasonable. You know, Magic's a variance cube. So, you could always be burning fun bucks no matter what you sign up with. I mean, Magic's a game where, like, you can never go to a tournament expecting to do well. Like, in Modern, I lost an unwinnable matchup, and then I lost a close matchup. Like, Modern's a format full of unwinnable matchups. No matter what deck you register, even if it's considered the best deck in the format, like, you're giving up some amount of the matchups that you're going to have in the format just by whatever you're registering. It's a format where you pick and choose which decks you want to beat and which decks you're willing to lose to just when you sit down at the table. That's why Modern tends to be a frustrating format from a competitive standpoint. Yeah, I've played a bunch of Limited with Set 7. In fact, we're just going to do one league with this, I think, and then we're probably going to switch over to Hex, because I want to play some Set 7 stuff. I haven't played Constructed yet with Set 7, but I actually just finished picking up my playset of stuff, so we're going to play some Constructed with Set 7 today for sure. Probably some Draft. I would love to go first. Yeah, that sounds great. So, Oath of Nissa's kind of sweet in this deck. It's a little bit worse than Attune with the Aether when you have hands that look exactly like this, where, like, you're playing Oath on 1 and then we're playing Longtusk Cub on 2. So, obviously, Cubby Bear would be more powerful if we led with something that made us energy. But Oath of Nissa has the upside in the mid to late game of being able to get us non-lands, which is nice. I think I want to just grab the Sanctum here. We kind of need to hit land drops. That's why, again, like, this card's very similar to Attune with the Aether in the early game. It can find you lands most of the time, and then in the mid to late game, it can also find a spell. So probably the blue-white Monument deck. Some type of Monument deck. I guess it could theoretically be Mardu, but the Monument deck's been all over Magic Online since it became popular. I mean, if you want to play Delver, just play, like, the good constructed format. Legacy's great. Play out our Longtusk Cub here. Second Aether Hub's actually a pretty good hit here, because it means that we're going to have a second power for the Longtusk Cub next turn, so it can attack in as a 3/3 if we need it to. Looking like the Monument deck. Could be mono white Monument. Usually they have a blue land by now if they're playing the blue version. Alright, sweet. And we're definitely playing Aether Hub here because, again, this allows us to attack as a 3/3, so we can go ahead and attack with this now. Sure. No idea. I haven't really looked at the full spoiler for that yet. I probably should. That's on my to-do list for this week. I have a Hex 5K coming up, though, so I need to work on decks for that. Here, I have a decision to make. I can play this Tireless Tracker, or I can hold up the Unsubstantiate for the possible Monument next turn. If they don't have the Monument, I'm going to be really sad I didn't just play out the Tracker. I think I'm just going to play the Tracker. Usually we beat this deck by putting, like, 2 large threats on the table and just, like, pressuring through the tokens they create. And this way, next turn, we can play our 4th land and then cast the Unsubstantiate. Yeah, they have their thing. So it's kind of unfortunate that we didn't take... another one. It's a little bit unfortunate that we took the Sanctum of Ugin off of the... what's it called? Oh, my brain is just mush right now. We took the Sanctum of Ugin off of the Oath of Nissa because we actually have just drawn all lands sans this one's Unsubstantiate. Yes, it plays Unsubstantiate to return spells and creatures to their owner's hands. These colors, blue and green don't have hard removal in them, so Unsubstantiate gives you a way to take problem cards off the board, so you're able to pressure through your opponent. Alright, so we're just going to make these things as large as possible at this point. We want to just start beating through. So this is going to hit our opponent for 7, which is reasonable. It's going to put him to 13. And then at some point, we're going to look to chain Elder Deep-Fiends together off this Sanctum of Ugin in order to pressure our opponent out of the game. If they didn't have Oketra's Monument on there on 3, they were going to be pretty dead. This is pretty good. And then Cubby Bear is going to hit my opponent here, so we're going to get some power back. Worth noting, we actually don't need double green to cast the Nissa Vital Force since we have the Oath of Nissa in play. Do I want to let this resolve is the question. I don't think I really care if they're generating clues. The Sabertooth is really good. I'm going to go ahead and unsubstantiate and pick this Bygone Bishop up here. You want some more peanut butter, buddy? Want some more peanut butter? There you go. So. Ugh. If we're really lucky, we'll draw one of our main deck Dissenter's Deliverances and kill this Oketra's Monument. Rogue Refiner, that's not terrible. Alright, let's lead on this. Gets another clue. I think I want to lead on Rogue Refiner here. They're not activating Westvale Abbey for a couple of turns. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and do this. And then this gives us the ability to make the cub a 5/5. And then we can go ahead and smash with both of these, I think. Because if they want to trade a bunch of their... I guess they could trade just a Selfless Spirit for this Tireless Tracker here, which would be a little annoying. Although, depending on how they block, we could get them with the Unsubstantiate. So, let's see what they do here. They might put, like, a bunch of things on one of these. We're just going to go chump chump. Yeah, that's good for us. Yeah, unsummoning the Ormondal is definitely not the worst play. I think we're just gonna pass here. Yeah, probably just gonna crack this clue. That was the best draw on their deck. That back in your hand. Then next turn. Next turn we get to Elder. We're gonna Elder Deep-Fiend them 2 turns in a row here now. Alright, so we drew a Lumbering Fall, so let's play this out. We need, we need 4 mana to emerge this off of the Rogue Refiner, so I can cast this Oath of Nissa this turn. Yeah, the Primordial Sabertooth is very good. So this is kind of like... So now we can attack again here. They might block, and then use the Selfless Spirit. We might be able to steal the game with the Elder Deep-Fiend, which is the goal here at this point. I think I'm going to lead on Oath of Nissa and see what we get here, since I only need 4 for this Elder Deep-Fiend. Keep that Oath of Nissa, trigger. Tamiyo wouldn't be bad. Not mind one of her. Another Rogue Refiner. Alright, I guess we'll take that for now. We're not casting that because we want to be able to emerge this Elder Deep-Fiend during their upkeep. Attack with all. These Selfless Spirits might be able to do us in. Man, if they just don't sacrifice a Selfless Spirit here, God, that's so good for us. Alright, so now, so we know their hand right now is Bygone Bishop plus Dusk Dawn. So we're going to go ahead and upkeep. Yep, wait, I don't want to spend too much power. So this, and then colorless. Alright, cast this with a merge, sack the Rogue Refiner. Alright, trigger that. Opponent concedes. Alright, sweet. What's going on, Stu? Alright, so post board, opponent generally has enchantment removal, plus these kill monument, so I definitely want all of these root outs. Some amount of negates are good in this matchup, because they counter the monument and they counter Dusk Dawn. The Rogue Refiner was an Elder Deep-Fiend all along. I've been tricked! Alright, so what are the cuts? Usually the Censors come out. What are the other cuts? 5 ways to kill Monument is fine, I think. I want more than that. This is what I played at the Invitational. Card for card. I have two more trims here. Maybe Nissa's a little bit medium in this matchup. I think Baral's expertise is pretty good. Being able to push through lethal is fantastic. Even though they're going wide with tokens, usually between Elder Deep-Fiend and Tamiyo and expertise, we can keep them in check. Maybe I can trim and unsubstantiate in this matchup, since I'm going to have ways to just kill and bring in ways to kill their monument and these negates. Unsub was okay that game. I'm going to trim a Nissa and leave 1 unsubstantiate in. Let's do this. It works the same way it does with a flashback in modern Klutz. If you unsubstantiate a Dawn, it gets exiled still. And so good with his second land. Green source. Have to mulligan, unfortunately, though. Do we have to mulligan? We could try and get lucky. We're up a game. 4, 5, 17 green sources. What do you think, chat? Are we feeling lucky? Are we feeling lucky, chat? What do you think, chat? Nah, we're not going to be playing much Modern this week. One time worth. I've got a one time. Jarvis. Come on, buddy. All right, fine. Fine. I wish I could run them off the top. I just hate mulliganing in Magic because, like, you just get unkeepable 6s all the time. I don't think we want a Squid Daddy right now. We want, like, a 3-drop. This hand's better, believe it or not. The chances of getting something better are not guaranteed. Something that's really cute with Baral's expertise that's worth noting is that if you don't have something to cast with Baral's expertise, you can Baral's expertise your own Rogue Refiner and then recast said Rogue Refiner off of the Baral's expertise to draw a card and gain some energy. Cycling a cast out? Sure. So they're going to play their artifact on 3 here, and then hopefully we'll be a professional and draw a way to destroy it. That's unfortunate. Alright, let's play this. Let's play... I think I want to just play Rogue Refiner here. Be resource efficient. Putting counters on this is kind of a risk because of Dusk Dawn, but at the same time, you do just need to, like, actually kill our opponent, so I think we're supposed to do this. I would like to point out that the other hand, if we had kept it, we would have been able to kill this Oketra's Monument on turn 3. Now they're going to play a bunch of things and we're going to die. Fairgrounds Warden, sure. I was taking my Cubby Bear away. Yep. Good quality sequencing there. A little bit of a mistake. My opponent should have done this into this. They missed a clue there. You could say my opponent failed to get a clue. Alright, well, you know, choices. Any order. Well, the good news is we get to play Baral's Expertise next turn. I don't know if that's going to do a whole lot on this board. I'm willing to attack with this. I don't think I want to trade this right now, because I think I'd actually like to draw a card with the Baral's Expertise with it next turn. The music has to be underscored, otherwise you're going to pick up my kid shows and I'm not going to be able to have an archive. Probably just gone too wide at this point. The Monument on the play is pretty good. Alright, so... yeah, I think we're just killing 2 tokens and drawing a card with this Expertise. So, go pick up, pick up, pick up. We were going to have to use an energy on these anyway, so I might as well use an energy here in case we draw a tapped land we want to play. Another Oath, sure. Alright, if we had a Tamiyo off of this, we might be okay. An Expertise into Tamiyo. Alright, another land. Quality stuff. And you saw we did pass over, like, the Appetites and the Rootouts there, so, like, maybe the Manglehorn should be in my deck since I'm not killing I guess I am killing enchantments with those, though, right? Maze's End! With the 2-month Twitch Primary subscription. Thank you very much. I appreciate the continued support. Welcome back. This is probably too much at this point. Yeah, Manglehorn's fine, but like, do I want a 6th way to kill Monument? Is that really what I want to do in life? I guess their deck's pretty bad when they don't have the Monument out. That's probably too little too late. Yeah, I'll pack this in, I think. I guess we could make them slug through it, but we're just going to keep flooding here, so it doesn't matter. It's possible the Manglehorn's worth it, just because I'm going to bring the Manglehorn in and cut one of the Rootouts, I think. I mean, like, Mass Removal's not even that good against the Blue-White Monument deck. Like, they have Selfless Spirits and Evisons. Yep, keep. Sounds actually pretty good, right? Assuming we run reasonably and these hit lands, that sounds pretty good. If we just, like, draw a land on the in-between, it's actually really fantastic. Like, find a land on this, and then draw a land in our 2 draw steps before Tireless Tracker. That being said, I'm sure we're about to, like, not find land in our top 8 cards here and die. Oh, Lumbering Falls. Tapped land. Boo. Alright. That could also happen, too. It's not the untapped land we were looking for. There's a reason why there are only 3 Lumbering Falls in the deck. They're kind of awkward sometimes. Order on those. Alright, they're playing a thing on 2, and it means maybe they don't have Monument next turn. Another land is good. So, what do I want to do here? So I'm playing this. The question is, do I want to stick the Tireless Tracker, or do I want to play the Servant or the Conduit? I kind of just want to stick the Tireless Tracker here, I think. Yeah, I'm I'm just going to stick the Tireless Tracker. That way next turn we can play Tamiyo and start pressuring our opponent. Maybe generate some card advantage depending on what they do here. No blocks here. Like, if they just play one thing, we can lock them down. If they play Monument, they always have the Monument on 2. Their deck's really mediocre when they don't have Monument on 2. Or on 3, whatever it is. At any rate, let's just start drawing some cards here. So, let's go... Let's play Tamiyo out, and then we'll plus on these 2 and crack them. No, this way's better. Like, if they play Monument this turn, we don't have anything to Baral's. I guess we could technically Baral's the Monument, huh? Yeah, I don't think that's worth it. I think I'd rather actually start applying pressure to my opponent. Like, this pushes some damage through, and then we have Tamiyo's plus Baral's to, like, clear the board. Yeah. Like, my opponent's played Monument on 3 out of 3 games. And we won one of those games, so, like, you know, let's try and win a second. I played this deck at the Invitational. Do you want to give me a card, is the question. Alright, so... I think we're just casting Expertise here. You can literally look up the results online. Okay? Just look up the results. It's okay, I promise. You can do it. Use your skills. Yeah, I mean, like, we boarded from 2 main deck ways to remove it up to 5 and just like haven't drawn any of them. So like people are like, it's a 4 of, yeah, we've got 5 ways to kill it and ways to find those cards that kill it. I think I'm just doing this. Do I want to get my Tireless Tracker back? I might want to get my Tireless Tracker back, actually. Just, like, tag this, get my tracker. Yeah, I don't think I hate that. I'll put Servant of the Conduit into play here. God, this is my favorite button. That's my favorite button. Magic players are the worst sometimes. I'd like to put Servant in play. This deck has a lot going on. It's one of the reasons I like it. Standard's sweet. There's a lot of things going on in Standard right now. And then I'm gonna plus on these 2. So that way if they want to attack, they're gonna let me draw some cards. Like, we're still in this game. It's just like we'd have a much easier time if just like they hadn't had their best card on curve every game, or we had an answer for their best card. And we have a lot of answers to their best card. Unsubstantiate. Okay. Huh. So what are we doing here? Man, that's good. So... It's a shame Unsubstantiate can't hit artifacts. Yeah, Tamiyo could go for the ult. We could definitely do that. I could plus Tamiyo on here, and then attack, and then try and find the thing, and then if they don't have it, between Elder Deep-Fiend and Unsubstantiate, or with Elder Deep-Fiend, I could ult the Tamiyo. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that, actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and plus my Tamiyo on here and here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and attack with this Tireless Tracker. And then we'll emerge the Deep-Fiend off of the Tireless Tracker. Oh, well, this is not going to work out for my opponent in the slightest. Alright, well, I mean, I'm going to unsubstantiate your selfless spirit. And then... Huh. Am I just cracking this at this point? Yeah, I think I'm just cracking this at this point, because this is going to trade otherwise. Now we get to draw 2 cards. Because I plus Tamiyo on both of these. Triggers, always yield. Alright, well, you know, they had their best card on 3 every game, and it looks like we're probably going to win this one. Play this. Pass. Need more peanut butter, buddy? Mm-hmm. They have cast out? Do they hit their land for their cast out? Oh, they have Fairgrounds Warden to kill my thing and attack the Tamiyo. Sure. Oktinomo with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Welcome. This is the deck I played at the Invitational. So they get to... Whoa, what? Do you have another one? Must have another. Yeah, that's... bless America. Alright, so... They're going to attack my Tamiyo for 1 here, which is annoying, but not the end of the world. Alright, so... We can expertise here. Yeah, I think we're just expertising, right? We can do this, this, and put the monument back in their hand. Yeah, I think that's the line. It's like, alright, pick your stuff up. Let's do that. I would like to cast this Rogue Refiner, please. Negate's good. We're a land short, though. I think I want to leave the Servant of the Conduit out. I'm going to go ahead and plus this on 2 of their Dorkos, so that way on the off chance they're able to... like, kill a bunch of my guys here, we can draw cards. Like, if they go Dusk Dawn and then, like, ship everything into Tamiyo, we can block 2 of them. She'll take 1, but we'll draw 2 cards. So we're just, like, trying to dodge cast out here. If they have Dusk Dawn, it's, like, annoying, but not the end of the world. There's the monument, sure. That probably means we're alting this Tamiyo, which is going to be wonderful. Did that a couple of times over the weekend, too. Felt real good. Sure. It's gone. Alright. I'm going to alt this here Tamiyo, and then we're going to try and figure out a way to win. So, for those who've never alted a Tamiyo before... We draw a bunch of cards, and then we get to play spells without paying their mana cost. So that's pretty good. Well, let's start by casting this. What you got for me? Survey says... Hey, look, another Tamiyo. That seems good. Let's put that into our hand. Any order on those? Let's cast this... Cast this. I think we're going to manage to win this one, believe it or not. Let's cast this. Let's play this out. Omniscience. Is Omniscience good? Check yes, no. Alright. Ooh, Nissa Vital Force. Sign me up. Alright. Cast with Tamiyo Emblem. Cast with Tamiyo Emblem. Alright, let's tap these 2. They don't untap. Let's go ahead and plus this. Attack for 5. Alright, we've got the EDFs in our hand, so we should win this game. Upkeep, we're going to cast this Elder Deep-Fiend and tap their lands. And then, yeah, they played Dust Dawn in the first game. What is the first game? I think it was the first game. Cast with Tamiyo Emblem. We might just play both of these, actually, right? Just, like, tap them out. Let's, like, tap this and these two. We don't even need the second Deep-Fiend to win the game here, really. Sure, you got an Avacyn. Cast with Tamiyo Emblem. Trigger. Alright, tap that one, tap that one, tap that one, tap that one. And then this Tamiyo gets to lock 2 things down, and then this Tamiyo gets to lock 2 things down, and they're very dead on board. Yeah, even if they play a land Selfless Spirit here, we should be fine. Because we can make Cubby Bear big enough. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, the deck's kind of a guess. Sure. Alright, let's power up Cubby Bear here, so he doesn't die to this Avacyn flip. Animate Lumbering Falls to send a message, right? So, Spellqueller just kept being a really unimpressive magic card for me. So, Avacyn flips, and then they're gonna die to Deep-Fiends plus Longtusk Cub here. So most of the board goes away, but then they're going to be dead. The mana is also a lot smoother without... Alright, let's just send a message here. You get nothing. None of the things. Yay! We're 1-0. Alright, sweet. Good start to the league. They had their best card on 3 every game. We were never able to destroy it, even though we have lots of ways to destroy it. And we won anyways in 2 out of 3 games, so not bad. Thanks everyone for hanging out this morning. Happy 4th to those of you in the United States. Happy 4th to those of you in the rest of the world, even though it's not a holiday for you. This is the blue-green splash Tamiyo deck that I played at the Invitational. So the only ways we have to cast Tamiyo in the 75 are Aether Hub, Oath of Nissa, Servant of the Conduit, and then we can also put it into play off Baral's expertise. Oath of Nissa, Baral's expertise is not bounce enchantments, it's artifacts and creatures. It's a little slow. It's probably fine. Opponent mulliganed. I'm going to keep this if they mulligan. We can't actually... So we were just talking about how we cast the Tamiyo. We can't actually cast the Tamiyo yet. SAD needs a little bit of help to do that. Censor's not a bad draw. Yeah, the Esper deck is fine. I'm not a fan of Modern in general. Like, it's kind of a crapshoot of a format. Like, no matter what you register, like, you're going to hope to flip coins against Burn, and hope to flip coins against Death Shadow, and then, like, hope to not get paired into your unwinnable matchups. I don't think I want to run the Cub into a possible Censor here, especially since we have a Censor of our own to hold up. So I think I'm just going to go, that kind of changes things. Yeah, I'm not going to hold the Censor. I'm actually just going to play this Oath of Nissa, I think, because they're probably playing a control deck with this start. The Espergorio deck, I'm actually going to be writing a primer on the Espergorio deck for MTG Card Market this week. It checks all of the boxes you want to check in Modern to, like, be a powerful deck. I actually really like this standard format. Prior to them getting Standard in order, Legacy was probably my favorite format, but Magic's good standard formats are easily the most enjoyable thing to play in this game, in my opinion. And again, that's a subjective opinion. Feel free to agree or disagree, but Magic's good standard formats in general have a variety of decks that you can play, and those decks all have a lot of play and counterplay against each other. And various Tier 2 decks, like what I'm playing here, are able to exist in the format. This is kind of close. I think I'm actually going to be a little greedy and take the Tamiyo here, because my opponent's likely playing a control deck, which means this game's going to go long, and I'm going to be able to hit my land drops anyway, so I'd like just more threats to force through their counter magic. Yeah, exactly. I'd much rather, like, there was some sarcastic asshole on my Twitter the other day that was just like, oh, it only took them 3 bannings to make the format great. And it's like, well, I'd much rather they, like, try and fix things instead of just, like, sitting there and letting the format rot. Alright, so this probably means blue-red control. Look at that. We drew another land. God bless. Am I just playing Cubby Bear out to die here? I'm just going to play this tap land and pass. So, I want to play the Cub next turn. And the reason why I want to play the Cub or the Tamiyo next turn is, turn 4 is kind of the pivotal turn for the blue-red deck, because that's when they get to Glimmer or use the Hieroglyphics for the first time. So you want to make them use their mana on the 4th turn to answer something that's not allowing them to Glimmer. I don't know, I don't really play Limited, I don't enjoy it. This is the standard deck I played at the Invitational. Yeah, that's a fun card, and a powerful card. I mean, like, so people are talking about, like, this playtest group. So, the play design group for WotC, like, there's, like, people are like, I'm glad they're finally doing it, I guess, but, like, if they think this is something that should have needed to exist, why didn't it exist before this? And, like, these people that are coming in on this play design group, they're not going to be able to impact the standard format for like 2 to 3 years. Like, they have a long lead time on the sets they design. Yeah, I really need to find some royalty-free music that I can play that's low in the background. This is just the Hex kind of just like sitting there music. My kids are watching a show in the background, so if I don't have music playing when I stop talking, my microphone picks up the kids' show, and then my YouTube videos get muted for copyright purposes. I think I might need to change a diaper, actually, speaking of breaks. I'll be right back. One of the superpowers you get when you become a parent is you become like a bloodhound for shit. And smell a crap diaper from the other room. I didn't say it was a good superpower, but you know, it's there. We've got it. We're working with it. Alright, let's cast Cubby Bear here. It sounds awful. Yeah, I mean, like, not all superpowers are good, right? It's not like you get to pick. Alright, cast my Cubby Bear here, which is actually a great one to have here, especially since I have this Censor. So, like, my opponent might just, like, let this resolve and then, like, try to Glimmer at our end of turn so they can untap and Harness or Magma Spray this. Oh, you know, I actually messed up my sequencing here. I should have, Kozilek's Return. Interesting. I punted this a little bit. My sequencing was bad. I should have, played this last turn, so I could play this turn, and then I would Advanced Stitchwing. Oh, they're playing this deck. Okay, huh. I think I'm just cycling this Censor. Yeah, I don't think I really want to put that in their bin. Nah. Yeah, I'm gonna counter this, and we'll just play the Nissa next turn, and then just start beating them down. So if I would have led on the hub, my opponent wouldn't have been able to kill my Longtusk Cub there. And the real question here is, do I just emblem this? Probably. It's like the question comes down to, like, is this game going to be about card advantage, or is it going to be about, is the game going to be about card advantage, or is it going to be about, going long? The other thing is here, like, they're going to bring back the Stitchwing at the end of turn, so I'm not really going to be able to defend my Planeswalkers, which kind of sucks. I think I'm just going to emblem this. So it says we get whenever a land comes into play under our control, we get to draw a card. They're going to flip at least 6 power out here. They have another Amalgam in their hand. They might, that's unfortunate for us. I'm going to play this just as, like, yeah. Fucking Magic Online. No, so honestly, one of the things that, like, this deck especially taught me about this format is that a lot of these games don't come down to card advantage. They come down to who's able to use their mana efficiently, which is why we're playing cards like Unsubstantiate and Baral's Expertise. Like, those are cards that are technically card disadvantage, but they generate tempo for us. So don't have another Amalgam, please. If they have a second Amalgam, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Again, this all comes back to, yeah, I have a second Amalgam, good beats. If I would have sequenced my lands correctly, I'd have a Longtusk Cub here that would have been attacking as well. It probably would have gotten in, I don't know, 2 hits by now, and my opponent would be under a lot of pressure. We'd also have a Longtusk Cub that we could hold back on these Amalgams. I would have gotten to draw an extra card with that Longtusk Cub from this Tamiyo. We're going to play Standard for a little while this morning, and then we're going to pivot over to Hex for a bit. Their new set just came out. Ooh, deal. Am I getting emerged? Probably getting emerged. Because our -2 can't target lands? So yeah, so I definitely lost this game to myself if we end up losing it. It's really, really small thing if I would have just played a hub on 3. Well, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. I could just pass without using the Planeswalker ability because he's going to do it during my main phase. I think I'm still just supposed to plus there and hope they ship 2 guys into it. Honestly, I'm in a better spot now because I plussed. You're going to Deep-Fiend me again. Yeah, I'm going to play this Lumbering. I'm going to play this and draw a card, see what we draw. If we had, like, Rogue Refiner, I think I'd rather play that than this. Oath of Nissa, sure. Chrissy's played a little bit of Magic. She doesn't really like going to physical events. She actually plays a lot of Hex, because she likes strategy games like this. We play a lot of board games together. We both go to Gen Con. Actually, we go to Gen Con more for her than for me. So, Tamiyo, lock these dorks. Pass the turn. So they can bring this back here if they want to ditch the last 2 cards in their hand. If the last 2 cards in their hand don't involve another Amalgam, I really don't care about that. If they ship this into Tamiyo, the question then becomes, am I trading with the Longtusk Cub? I might. They had a Fiery Temper in their hand. Okay. That's pretty good. So I assume this is going to kill Cub, and then they're going to kill Tamiyo. So we're looking for Baral's expertise at this point. That being said, next turn I can go Tracker, land, Tamiyo, lock down 2 of their guys. We miss on expertise. Oath of Nissa. Do I want to do that first? So if I do this, I can still do, yeah, okay. So let's lead on Oath of Nissa and see what we find. Rogue Refiner, that's not bad. 10 on a 10, I'll take that. I'm going to be rating a primer on the Esper deck for Card Market later this week. So now the question is, do I want to get a clue out of Tracker, but then probably trade Tracker for an Amalgam here? Yeah, I think I want to get the clue out of the Tracker. So let's play this. Let's play this. Oh, right, I get to draw a card off the Nissa ability, too. Forgot about that. Am I just playing this? Yeah, I feel like I'm just playing this. And we'll take this and lock these 2. And then if they want to guaranteed kill the Tamiyo, they have to ship both of these into her, so we buy a little bit more time here. If they ship both of these at Tamiyo, okay, yeah, I'm going to choose to trade here, I think, and then take 3, keep the Tamiyo around. It's kind of weird splitting the difference. Unsubstantiate's a pretty good draw. I don't think we're actually going to need the extra card, so if I do this, I can play this and get a clue. Yeah, okay, I'm going to do this, and then hopefully this this Nissa draws us a Baral's Expertise. Another Tireless Tracker, sure. Alright, so I guess there might have been merit to leading on Rogue Refiner there, because it gives me an extra draw to it. Yeah, okay, so if I would have led on the Rogue Refiner, I would have been able to... I would have hit the Baral's Expertise. Okay, so probably missequence that, because this extra clue really doesn't matter. Alright, what do I want to do here? I think I'm locking the Advanced Stitch Wings. So we don't really need card advantage from this since we have the trackers and other things going. If I lock this, that seems reasonable. And then I can unsubstantiate this. I think that's fine. And then pass the turn here. This can trade here. Yeah, so if I would have led on this instead of the tracker, we'd been in a much better spot this game. That's why this deck's, I enjoy this deck a lot. It's got so much going on. There's just lots of choices. Hopefully they play a spell pre-combat here. They're lightning axing that. Okay, so I could unsubstantiate this and then I can't actually recast it. I think I want to just unsubstantiate this, right? Because, like, next turn their mana is going to be tied up, elsewhere. Do I just take this hit here? We're dead to red source plus fiery temper at that point, but, like, I could expertise and pick up... this, and this next turn. I kind of want to just take this hit and then start pressuring them back. Yeah, but, like, what does the discard outlet do? They need 2 more cards for this to matter. They don't have any cards left in their hand. Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to take this hit here. This might be a little aggressive. Ooh, that's good! That's a good one! Alright, so... Alright, pick your shit up. Target this one, and this one. Put this one into play. Attack with these. I'm gonna stop on your upkeep. So, I had someone ask me for tips on how to play this deck, and the best piece of advice I can give you if you're going to play this deck is, every single game looks and feels like you're losing until you're not losing anymore. Until you're winning, you're losing the game until you win the game. That's how this deck works. You are losing the game until you are no longer losing the game. Until you have started winning, you are losing the game. Alright, so let's do this. Cast with a bird, sack off of this one. So, tap you, tap you, tap you, tap you. Draw Elder Deep-Fiend, right? I mean, like, we were drawing a lot of cards there. Like, it's not like there weren't a lot of... We saw a lot of cards that game. You just don't play the deck quickly, right? Is Lambholt Pacifist good in this matchup? It might be. Confiscation Coup's probably fine. The Dissenter's Deliverances are easy to board out. What do we want here? Actually, Negate seems fine, right? If we can negate their Tormenting Voices and crap. So the Pacifists are in here for the Zombies matchup and the Control decks. It's an extra threat against Control decks, and it's an extra defensive spell against Zombies. 4/4s do block 3/3s. I don't hate a couple of Negates. I don't know what else we're doing. The Coup seems a little medium. I don't know if this is a matchup that I really want Coup in. Censor's, like, not stellar on the draw. Let's bring in one Coup. I don't want too many 5s. I don't think I want too many 5s. Censor's, like, not completely unreasonable. Let's do this. Actually, this isn't a matchup I've tested. The opponent's deck is pretty resource intensive, though, so I feel like there's a lot of times where, like, my opponent's going to be tapping out for things, even in the mid to late game, so, like, Censor gets more value there. That is Hex music in the background, so my kids are watching, have a TV show playing, and when I'm not talking, the microphone will pick up the TV show, and then, what's it called? And then you won't, my archives will get muted on YouTube. Which is a good moment for a plug. If you're new to the stream and you didn't catch us from the beginning, this is our second match attack. We've been streaming for about an hour. You can catch all of my stream archives on my YouTube channel. It's linked in the stream description below. Break them all up by deck and by matchup, so you can watch just the stuff you care about. Yes, 10 out of 10 would play both decks again. This hand is fantastic. It's got Oath into Servant into Tamiyo. Sign me up. And again, like, this is one of those hands where, like, Oath just looks a lot better than Attune, because I probably don't need 4 lands in this opener. And, like, if these were Attunes, this would basically be a 4-land hand. But these could potentially be creatures or planeswalkers later. Yeah, I mean, like, and the other part is, like, if we wanted to play Attune, we would have to put a basic planes in the mana base, and that sounds miserable. I'd much rather have a... Ooh, see? I can get Cubby Bear here on, too. Sign me up. A little itty-bitty... We drew the 3rd land, so this would have been a 5-land hand, but now we have a Longtusk Cub from this Oath of Nissa. And, like, having relevant turn 2 plays is really important in this format. It feels like that's kind of the snowball point, especially when you're on the draw. You want to be doing something relevant on turn 2. And Oath of Nissa allows us to only play, like, these 8 2-drops and, like, play them more consistently. Yeah, and, like, this deck plays a tempo game, but, like, sometimes you just have, like, really strong aggressive draws on the back of Cub. God, that's a good draw. So you get to play Cubby Bear out here, and if they don't have K-Return here, next turn we get to go Servant into Oath, hopefully find a 5th land, and then, like, turn 4, like, Baral's Expertise, pick your shit up, put Tamiyo into play, like, draw some cards. You know, hopefully they don't have a way to kill this. They have this, so if they have a Fiery Temper here, they can go land, bin things to this, and then Fiery Temper my Cubby Bear. That's actually a pretty good hit. The center's tapped, right? Alright, I'm gonna lead on this Oath of Nissa and see what we get. This is the deck I played at the Invitational. Boo. Oh, geez, look at the missequencing I've had here. I played my island before I did anything, and then we found a tapped land. God, I'm stupid. Alright, I'm gonna start by attacking with this. Sad Marauder with the brand new $4.99 subscription. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Welcome. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and cast this Servant, I guess. Feel real bad about my mana sequencing here. So if I would have... And this is, I should know this, right? Like, I've played this deck before. I should have played this before playing out my 3rd land for the turn, because we could have hit one of our 2 remaining Botanical Sanctums. Alright, so Amalgam comes back here. I did very poorly in the Invitational. Went 3 and 4 in the main event. Went 2-2 in Modern and 1-2 in Standard. This reminded me why I enjoy playing on the computer much more than playing in paper. Magic's a high variance game. Alright, are we getting Deep-Fiended? Yep, getting Deep-Fiended. Sad. Let's see what they tap here. High variance has to do with playing in person, in that I spent a lot of time and money to travel across the country. So, you know, if I'm playing on the computer, I don't have to invest that same time and money. And like, when I'm done running poorly on the computer, I can just like go play with my kids or like go outside. Like, I had a bad invitational run and my flight was for Monday morning, so like I was just like stuck in Roanoke for the weekend. Alright, if they don't have another Deep-Fiend here, we're going to be in a pretty decent spot. If they have Lightning Axe here, we could be a little bit of trouble, though. Yeah, they have a Lightning Axe. That's annoying. Yep. Guess they have 2 cards left, so if they don't have another Squid Daddy, we can go land, expertise, pick your board up. Which I guess isn't even that good because they have the Stitch Wings to rebin the Amalgam. Get another Amalgam too, that's pretty good. Hopefully they spend some mana here. Spending some mana here would be ideal for us. So that way they can't put stuff back into play next turn when I Baral's expertise them. I played against a blue-white control deck, and you're, like, basically stone cold to Sphinx of the Final Word. Which is, like, you know, a thing. They have another Squid Daddy? No, they don't? Huh. I'm just playing Tamiyo and locking their dorks down. I feel like I'm probably pretty dead here because of the turn 4 EDF. My missequencing on the lands ended up not mattering. I guess I can Baral's expertise and pick these up and then put Tamiyo into play. And then not activate Tamiyo. And then when they do stuff during my main phase, I get to Tamiyo lock them down. Probably just doesn't work out for me the way I want it to work out. Because I can't tap the Amalgams because they're not going to come back till end step. Yeah, we're pretty dead here. Just go to the next game. Deep-Fiend on curve is a little rough. I don't think we have anything really. I guess Censor's pretty good on the play. I'm going to cut the Coup and leave the Censor on the play since they have like things like Cathartic Reunion and Tormenting Voice. No, I think they'd still main phase it, because, like, I can't target the Amalgams, so the Amalgams would actually enter until the end step. I have no idea who that is, Bill Ricard. Hydra's kind of annoying, but usually you can go wide around it. I actually haven't sat down to look at the full spoiler yet, because was preparing for this format for the Invitational, and then Hex just had a new set released too, and I have a Hex tournament before I have a Hour of Devastation tournament, so I'm probably going to be focusing more on Hex rather than the new Standard right away, but I'll look at it at some point. I need to... what was the word I'm looking for? Nope, mind is blank. Keep doing that this morning. Losing train of thought. I'm getting old. Easy mulligan here. Yeah, seems great. Needs a third land here. We get a Scry. And bottom an 8-drop. Needs a land. Scry 8-drop to the bottom. Alright. This is a good solid aggressive curve though. Got Cubby Bear into Rogue Refiner if we hit these land drops. Deal. There could be an argument for holding the Unsubstantiate up this turn for their Cathartic Reunion, but I think that's a little bit too defensive. Blood Rage Brawler, yep. It's annoying. Alright, so I'm playing this. I think I'm playing Rogue Refiner and just offering a trade on this. Do I really want to do that? I guess I could play Rogue Refiner and pass here, too. Let's play this and draw a card and get a little bit more information before we make a decision. Hopefully we'll hit a land next turn. Or an Oath of Nissa to find a land. Don't think I want to trade this. This Cub can get bigger than a Kozilek's return, which would be nice. I don't think trading Cub is very good. Especially because, like, it drains my energy. Well, I mean, now we feel bad about not having offered the trade. Need to kill both my guys. Alright, let's draw an untapped land here, please. Alright, I mean, unless the draws that weren't an untapped land, that was probably towards the top tap land. 5 drop, sure. Like, we only played 22 lands, but like, we have 4 Oath of Nissa as well, so it's kind of like 26. And these are basically mana sources, so I think we have enough lands in the deck. 10 out of 10 trading the Rogue Refiner for this Brawler if we get the chance. Fate Reunion here, or Tormenting Voice. God. Oh, they're just bringing back the Stitchwing. Yep. Brutal. Land, please. Untapped land. God bless. Alright, sweet. So, that means we get to do this. And actually, we're going to have 6 power for this Cubby Bear, which feels pretty good. Makes his attack significantly worse. If they have EDF, we have an Unsubstantiate to put it back in their hand. Feels decent. I'm gonna block here. I'm gonna spend just enough energy to trade, I think. I want my servant to still make energy, or make mana. It's a real shame I don't have a Censor. Go. If I had a Censor there, we'd be in an insane spot right now. They drew... Oh, god damn it. They drew Prized Amalgam. That's really unfortunate. That's probably going to be the game, because they drew Prized Amalgam. Because we know they have an Elder Deep-Fiend in their hand, because we unsubstantiated it. Yep. Yeah, opponent drew really well. I mean, like, that's magic sometimes. Like, and again, like, you know, I'm playing at home on my computer. Like, my opponent, like, we had a close, interesting game, and, like, I enjoyed the game, but, like, we didn't do well, because, like, my opponent kind of ran a little bit hot here at the end. And, like, that's, you know, it's frustrating when you fly across the country to have that happen to you. Yeah, and, like, so if we would have been able to censor that, we'd have been able to Baral, pick these up, and then, like, put a Tamiyo into play here, and just be, like, in an insane spot. And yeah, we're just gonna be dead to these two because we can't produce two blockers here. Yeah, close set. First game was really sweet. That game, those games, our answers kind of lined up poorly. Opponent was able to kind of get under us. That was a good example of why I think Censor is probably good in that matchup, going long even, because like their deck's kind of resource hungry. They're discarding extra lands, so they're things that discard cards. If opponent hadn't drawn the Amalgam there, we would have been in a fantastic spot, because, like, we'd have been at 6, and they'd have just had an Elder Deep-Fiend in play, and we'd have been able to, like, make a 5/5 and block. And then, like, we had Tamiyo plus Barals left over. So, yeah, them's the beats sometimes. Waiting for the next back to pop, I would just like to say good morning, afternoon, and good night to everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your day here with us. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a TCG player and content producer, and welcome to my Twitch page, maybe my YouTube page in the future. If you're enjoying what you see, I encourage you to show those purple using that follow button there on your screen. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps other people find my stuff. You can also support my content by subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon, or by supporting my sponsors, mtgotraders.com. Would love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. If you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout there, you'll save 8% on your singles orders. Inkgaming.com can help you customize your gaming experience with custom playmats and mouse pads and stuff like that. mtgcardmarket.com buys and sells physical Magic cards, and they also have a great selection of written content. You can find my stuff there every single week. And finally, sparedeck.com. You can rent any standard or modern deck there, and if you use code Hoagland7, you can save 7% on your order. You can rent a deck for a weekend or up to an entire month. It's a pretty great service. I actually use them for a lot of my paper tournaments, since I don't actually own that many physical cards. Yeah, it seems super reasonable. Got Turn 2 Servant into Tireless Tracker, make a clue, plus a Barals to pick some stuff up. Yeah, that's exactly how variance games work, right? Like, I'm no stranger to that. Just like, as someone who's gotten older and wiser, like, you know, playing on the computer is super convenient. Magic Online is their challenge events every weekend. Their land's not the worst. The black-green matchup's usually pretty reasonable with this deck. Baral's expertise is fantastic against them. Howdy, Zero Cool. Welcome. Some kind of Jund deck, okay? Cut. Yep. Alright, so that means we're going to play Rogue Refiner here on 3, so that way we can guaranteed make a clue with this. It's decent, and it's important that we played the island there and not the forest, because next turn we can go Tireless Tracker into Forest, Investigate, cast Oath of Nissa. Hopefully find a 5th land for this Baral's expertise. So, not playing black-green, they've got a splash here, but I'm guessing this Baral's expertise is still going to be pretty fantastic for us. Probably should have attacked here before doing this stuff. Huh. Those are some options. Do we take the Aether Hub and guarantee the Barals, or do we get greedy and take the Nissa? I'm gonna take the Nissa. I think we're gonna be in an okay spot. Even if we miss a land drop here, I can cycle the Clue to try and hit a land. I'm probably gonna need a little bit more gas to win the game. I guess maybe we don't need gas to win the game with the Elder Deep-Fiend. Yeah, maybe that's wrong. Rishkar, sure. Okay, yeah, so like now we really wish we could cast the Baral's expertise. Tamiyo's decent. Lock these, and we'll crack our opponent for 3 here. I don't know what you expect from me. You saw my frame. You know what kind of person I am. You knew what you were getting into. I don't even know why I ask questions like that. You know what my decision's gonna be, right? Super rightfully punished. I guess I go ++, and then I attack and try and hit a land drop here. Pimped up monk. I'll take the I forgot resub. Thank you and welcome back. I mean, like, there's so many lands in my deck, and there's only two Nissas. God, look at this. Look at all of the justice that there is in the world. Alright, so now the real question here is... Am I cracking this? Or am I just casting the Elder Deep-Fiend? I think I'm casting EDF. I'm gonna cast EDF. And we're gonna Deep-Fiend to tap their dorks. So... Upkeep, I'm gonna tap their guys and their red source, I think, here. And their guys make mana, so I want to do this now. This is basically like tapping 4 lands. Yeah, and like we get a couple of draws to hit a land too, right? Because like I can plus this on this and attack with it again next turn. Don't Gear Hulk me. God bless. Alright, sweet. Yeah, and like we're still in a fine spot here. Tapped land incoming. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, pick your shit up. Alright, I'll cast that one. Go. Guess we didn't need this Nissa to win the game. Tasty. The tasty taste of Deliverance. That's annoying. Oh no, wait, they're still dead, right? Because I have this Nissa we took earlier, because they're dead to this Nissa that they know about. Tap these. Pay some energy, sure. Kill you with this Nissa land. Got him. Alright, sweet. Alright, Deliverance out, Confiscation Coup in. That's all really I board this matchup. I think this matchup's pretty reasonable for us. Don't really want any of this other stuff. They're the Jund deck, and like when I say in general, I mean like the black-green Constrictor decks are pretty reasonable for us. Deliverance doesn't hit much in their deck, and Coup is fantastic. Much more easily dead if we'd taken the hub. I mean, you're not wrong, Jarvis. You're not wrong. Everyone's having at least half as good a time as I am today. I don't think I can mulligan a turn 2 Cub. It's a little slow. Most of the hands are slow on the draw in this format. This is the standard deck I played in Roanoke this past weekend. Sanctum. Actually, a lot of the artifact hate in the board is split enchantment hate, and that gives you Walking Ballista. Gives you better game against, what's the word I'm searching for? The tokens decks can be kind of annoying, so it kills things like Anointed Procession and stuff like that. It's also good against the Colossus deck, yeah. You just get to, like, poo-poo all over the Colossus deck when we board into 6 Shatters. Pretty good. No, haven't given that card a try. It seems really clunky and slow. I wonder if they're going to trade this Walking Ballista for the Cub. That would be ideal for us. Walking Ballista can get out of hand pretty quickly. Crunched with Cubby Bear. If they block with this, and I put a counter on it, and they double shoot this in response, I'm fine with that exchange, I think. They're just trading. Deal. Yeah, with the desert lands that we're getting, the Eldrazi decks are going to be super reasonable in Standard again. So, like, we have colorless, colored duels, basically. Yeah, honestly, the Ballistas might be a reason to keep the Dissenter's Deliverances in the deck post-board. This is definitely one of the more problematic cards for us. Because, like, now he can just pay 4 mana and then shoot the Tireless Tracker for 2 and then crack me for 4. Yeah, this puts 2 counters on it because Winding Constrictor is a messed up card. Ugh. A snake, a snake. Oh, it's the snake. I shoot this for 2, I assume. Yep. I'm just gonna play out this other tracker. Then we're gonna crack this clue right away. So that way if my opponent has to spend extra 1/1 counters to kill this if they want to kill it. That's not a bad drop. Alright, so what are we doing here? I can start by just cracking this clue and seeing what we have going on. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play Servant of the Conduit, and then in response to my opponent activating Walking Ballista, I'm gonna unsubstantiate it. Seems like the line. Get it off the table for a turn, give us a little bit of breathing room, hopefully. I haven't really looked at the Hour of Devastation spoiler. So, this buys us some tempo. Maybe we just EDF them next turn? Doesn't seem completely unreasonable. So, like, take them off a bunch of their lands, then we could Nissa the following turn. More lands is not great. Chat! With the 12-month resubscription. Welcome to the Sapphire Sub Club. Thank you for the continued support. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and hit them for 2 here. And then play my land. And then upkeep, tap a bunch of their mana. JW! With the 6-month resubscription! Thank you and welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. We are getting dead to cut ribbons, you're not wrong. Huh. Maybe I'm... Yeah, actually, so I just made a mistake because I didn't count here. If I would have just left that back, I could have not sacrificed it because I would have had 8 mana. So, things to think about. So, probably should have left Servant back. Because having a 2/2 is better than getting in 2 points of damage. I think almost certainly. Well, that's just rude, opponent. Probably dead. No, I don't really play limited. I don't find it particularly enjoyable. Yeah, after this league, we're going to play some Hex. We're going to be doing Hex every day this week. Just Tuesday is scheduled Magic morning, so I didn't want to deviate from that. Maybe I'm just supposed to have some Dissenters Deliverances in my deck post-board against these Walking Ballistas. The question is, like, how many? They probably have 4 Ballistas, right? Like, almost certainly. We'll take a draw step here, but I believe we are just dead. We'll take a Ponder. Survey says... Alright. The opportunity cost on these is pretty low. Probably a little bit of both, Thar. Because the CCS top 8 is draft still, so... Probably need to practice that. I think I want these. Trim those. That seems fine. Seems great. A little mana heavy. My question is, do I want to leave up Censor on 2? No, Ku's very good in this matchup. Like, they often get threats that get out of control. Let me practice Legacy with you at some point. Need you to win more than 2 matches in a few weeks. Yep, we're 10 out of 10 gonna play some Grixis Delver this week. In Legacy. I'm gonna be mostly standard in Legacy. I have a couple of people that donated for me to play some Modern decks, so we'll play those at some point this week too, but... I'm not particularly excited about playing Modern lately. Format's pretty medium minus. Yeah, huh. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna hold up this Censor on 2. I don't have any decks that I particularly enjoy playing, and, like, I guess that's not true. I like playing the Esper deck. Every deck in Modern, like, you're just, like, it's frustrating to, like, register for a tournament, even leagues, and, like, just know that I'm, like, auto-conceding a bunch of matchups just because, like, there's that much matchup variance in Modern. And I play games to have fun, so, like, I'm not gonna play them if I'm gonna sit there and be frustrated. Am I supposed to cycle the Censor? I feel like I'm supposed to cycle the Censor and just play the Rogue Refiner. That was a good draw. Huh. Let's go Rogue Refiner here. I don't think I'm going to need to play this next turn. There might have been merit just playing the Longtusk Cub, actually. What did they keep? I kept a hand with Cut Ruin, sure. I plan to record a set review at some point, I think, but I haven't actually had time to do that yet because I was going all weekend. I took a Hex card and I cut it out. Had a buddy cut the picture out of it. Sure. I've played like 10 drafts over the weekend. I was playing at my buddy's house in between rounds. Yeah, the draft format seems... I don't actually know how I feel about the draft format right now. Full disclosure. Huh. Am I just casting Q here? I feel like I'm gonna lean on Oath of Nissa. We might just Q this though. I would love a Tamiyo. Huh. Tamiyo kind of makes me want to do that and draw some cards. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Alright, so... Cast Tamiyo. I'm going to plus on Cubby Bear and Rishkar here. It's not about being diverse. Like, Legacy's really diverse, and there's still decks in Legacy that have, like, 45% matchups against the field. Like, it's not about a format being diverse. It's about there being a deck that you can play as a competitive player that, like, you can play this deck to give yourself an edge in the format. So that's what it's about. It's not about the diversity. It's also the diversity in Modern exists in that there's a lot of different decks, but most of the decks in Modern are all trying to have the same primary game plan. So there's not a lot of diversity in strategies. There's diversity in deck names, but like, you know, Dredge and Burn and Affinity, like, they're all just trying to run you down, just in different ways. Like, the Esper deck I played this weekend. I looked at the deck and I went, well, I don't have enough slots to beat Affinity and Dredge, so we're going to choose to beat Affinity because the Affinity hate cards overlap with Eldrazi-tron. So, like, if my opponent goes turn 1 Faithless Looting, discard Prized Amalgam Stinkweed Imp, we should just sign the match slip. Oh, that's bad for us. God, that's gross. Alright, I guess that's a card I should have been expecting. I guess it's not that bad, right? If they exert this here, they can't actually kill the Longtusk Cub, and I can coup it. Never mind, I'm a liar. This isn't actually that bad for us. Yeah, 10 out of 10 playing some Hex today. Looking forward to playing some. We're going to play some Set 7 Limited and Constructed. For sure. Another Baral's Expertise. Is that good? If so, why? Anyone? Alright, so let's play this Nissa. This isn't untapping next turn, which is great for us. Alright, let's hit you for 10 and draw 2 cards. Is that good? If so, why? Please explain. Triggers. No, only communist decks here today, Maddie. I just have all these things! I can't even hold all of these things. So they can kill the Tamiyo here. And then we're gonna kindly suggest they pick their shit up next turn. I love this card. This card's great. It was really hard. Well, Maddie and I were playing and testing, like, whenever I cast Baral's Expertise, that was just what we were like, alright, pick your stuff up. Pick it up! Scale of 1 to dead opponent. I'm hoping you're towards the dead side of the scale here. If they have, like, Fatal Push, maybe, but, like, I wonder if they actually have Push in their deck with Cut and Harness Lightning. Like, they gotta fit these other removal spells in somewhere, right? 10 out of 10. People ask me, like, I didn't have a great result at the Invitational, but, like, you know, that's Magic sometimes, and I would 10 out of 10 play both the decks that I played again. I enjoy playing both of them a lot. Do you have another dragon? Wow! Okay, sure. Sure. Oh, you're dead. You're so dead, opponent. God, has there ever been anyone as dead as this opponent's about to be here? I just have all these cards in my hand. Doing one. Going steady. Lost one close out of 3. Let's keep on keeping on. This deck's a gas. What change would you like to see in Modern? I would just, honestly, the biggest thing I would like to see in Modern is I would like to see consistency in the ban list. Like, take a line one way or another. Like, they've kind of walked this line, like, we don't want people to die before turn 4, but, like, people consistently die before turn 4 against a lot of decks in Modern. So, like, if if you're gonna let degenerate things exist, then, like, give me back Summer Bloom and Splinter Twin and these other things that you've banned. And, like, if you don't want degenerate things to exist, like, ban the things that are degenerate. Just, like, don't just, like, go back and forth. Like, actually pick and be consistent. Yeah, I definitely think you don't want more expensive cards in this deck. Like, we've already got 11 cards here. We have Hub, we have Servant of the Conduit, and we have Oath of Nissa to make white mana, and Baral's expertise will also put Tamiyo into play. So we've got 15 ways to get Tamiyo into play. Seems like it's a little land heavy, but like it's Cub into Refiner, so probably gonna keep it. I think the modern ban list as it stands is like kind of embarrassing. I think like the fact that you have cards like Stoneforge Mystic and Bloodbraid Elf banned, but like the other things that go on in Modern are allowed to go on is just like kind of comical in my opinion. Like I can't cast Bloodbraid Elf on turn 4, but you can put 12 power into play with Dredge on turn 2. Like, where's the sense in that? I don't know. I'm not a card designer. I'm not a game designer. I'm just someone who enjoys playing games, and that's what I'm doing here. We're just hanging out playing some games. So someone much smarter than me can figure out what's the good, right, or otherwise. I just know what I enjoy and I don't enjoy. Keep your mouth shut about Dredge. Yeah, it's like Dredge is probably fine. Like, again, but like if what Dredge is allowed to do is fine to happen in the format, can I just like play Summer Bloom? Like, why is Grape Shot exist? Like, there's video of me dying to Storm on turn 2. We played an Elvish Mystic and then we died. Oh, it's just, you know. And like really what it comes down to is like, do you think dying on turn 2 and turn 3 in Modern, is that a bug or a feature? Like if you think it's a feature, like it's probably fine. Like, and there's definitely a strong argument that, like, we're okay with people dying on turn 2 and turn 3 in Modern. It's just, like, what we intend the format to be, and there's nothing to be upset about. And if that's the stance, then, like, yeah, I'm okay with that. Don't have another unlicensed disintegration. Come on. Well, we tried. This was a matchup. The Mardu matchup on the draw is kind of tough. That's why Mardu's a good deck. Yep, that's fine. An opponent had, like, reasonable 2-drop into, like, triple removal spell. One of those removal spells, like, lightning bolted us along the way, so we'll cycle this. If we hit something good... We need something good to put it off this Baral. Do we get one more draw here? That's not gonna do it. Probably pretty dead here. Rough. Alright. If we would have hit, like, pressure, like, if we would have put a Tireless Tracker into play off that Baral's experience, even, like, a Rogue Refiner, we might have been okay this game. Just because, like, their leftovers are, like, a little medium right now, and, like, we'd have a Nissa to follow it up. But the fact that we cycled these sensors into blanks. Ballista! Yep. Yeah, let's go ahead and pack it in here. Get some sideboard hate in. Get these Unsubstantiates and probably these sensors. And the Manglehorn and the Root out and the Appetite for the Unnatural. I actually like bringing in a Plummet in this matchup too. Yeah, leaving one sensor on the place probably fine. I think I swapped the sensors for the unsubs on the draw. I went 2 and 2 at the Invitational in the Modern portion. I had one unwinnable matchup and then one matchup that was a close set of 3 that I just like drew a little bit poorly at the end. There's been one Manglehorn on the board for always. This is card for card what I played at the Invitational. I've had 4 things, 2 Root Outs, an Appetite, and a Manglehorn on the board, basically, for a while now. Since they're in the deck list I tweeted. It might have been hard to make out under the glare. Yeah, 10 out of 10 would not be surprised if it was hard to make out under the glare. There are like a bunch of 3-mana green cards there. Negate's okay. Like, I don't think we really care about a lot of their high-impact spells. Like, we have Baral's expertise to, like, punch through Gideons and stuff like that. Like, that last game, if our opponent just had, like, one less removal spell, or we'd have been on the play, we probably would have been okay. Sans Dece, we get to go Oath into Censor. It's a little awkward when this finds a 2 and we pass with Censor up. I think I'm actually just going to take a land here, since I want to hold Censor up anyways. Servant of the Conduit's basic land. I think if I saw Cubby Bear there, I'd have taken a Cubby Bear. Play a 2-drop, please. Alrighty. Spell would be nice at some point. Haven't really looked at the full spoiler yet. And it's hard to say, like, you really need to test a lot to, like, get a good feel for what's going to be good, bad, or otherwise. Ooh, they're missing a land drop. It's good for us. So, the Censor is good because they're missing a land drop, but I actually just need, like, ways to kill them. So let's cycle this. That's a pretty good sequence of hits. I'm actually going to lead on Longtusk Cub, even though it's less resource efficient, because it's going to start attacking for more damage starting next turn. And, like, this turn, if they, like, hit a land drop and play a thing, I can go, like, Baral's expertise, pick all your stuff up, put Rogue Refiner in. She's going to get unlicensed disintegration. Thalia. Oh, look at us expertly playing around this Thalia by playing the Aether Hub out. That was definitely not intentional, but it's something that should have been on my mind. It's a good draw, too. All right, pick your stuff up. Cast this. Counter on here. Crack you for 3. This standard format is great. I really like it. And this deck's a gas. Worth noting there, you could pick up clues with Baral's expertise, which is what we did last turn. Squid Daddy. Alright, well, that changes things. We're just going to play the Nissa out, but Squid Daddy means they're pretty dead. So let's play that. Let's attack for 4 here. We'll Squid Daddy their lands during their upkeep. And then next turn we'll play Nissa and then, like, crunch into them for a bunch. Alright, big bucks, no disintegration. I feel like if they had disintegration, they probably would have played it by now. Even if they have the disintegration here, like, we're still in an okay spot. We got, like, these 2 guys beaten in. Cast out, sure. Nice to get that out of the way before. Weird that they're taking that and not the Cubby Bear. I guess they can push Cubby Bear. In person of the play wins dispatch. Yep, that's usually what it comes down to a lot of the time. Oath of Nissa. Keep that one. Trigger. Tamiyo. Sign me up. So the fact that they have Cast Out in their deck kind of makes me want another piece of Artifact or Enchantment hate for the next game. Just play this and smash. There might be merit to not powering this up more, because that way next turn I could make this a 4/4, but, like, smash. Standard form is actually pretty cheap, too. This deck I'm playing is not terribly expensive dollar-wise. I think it's like $100.50. Maybe a little less than that. And they know I have this Tamiyo, so like I'm gonna get to lock down 2 of your blockers. Yep, those 2 blockers right there. That actually puts them exactly dead, right? That's funny. So tap those. This gives me 2 power, which makes us a 3/3. Get them for exactly 8. Huh. So yes, I think I want some of these root outs. I definitely don't want Censor on the draw, I don't think. Yeah, Ryvik, actually, we're going to finish this league, which is this match, and then one more, and then we're going to play some Hex. We're going to kick off with some Deathcry and Constructed, and then probably do a draft or 2. Christy's off work today, so I intend to make up for the lack of Hex content lately by playing a bunch today. I'll put in a root out here. I think I'm going to just bring 1 Unsubstantiate in. This is like a really valuable effect, but I don't think I want too many of them on the draw. Honestly, maybe this is better than the Manglehorn with the enchantment removal. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I would leave this in instead of the Unsubstantiate, but I want to be able to do things on turn 2 to not fall too far behind in the matchup. So I think this is ideal. So, on the draw this game. It's a little slow. Opponent went to 6. I'm going to keep this. If this was Botanical Sanctum or a Basic Forest, I'd feel better about this hand. No, 1 drop's good for us. Untapped green. Ding. 2 drop. 2 drop. Yeah, Green Ponder getting in there. That was... If we could have stacked our deck, those would be the... I guess this would have been Botanical Sanctum if we could stack our deck. Opponent's getting a clue here. That was their draw for the turn. There's a Botanical Sanctum, speaking of. You have a push? I do. It's annoying. It's fine. Lead on Oath of Nissa next turn, probably. Pass is so good for us here. With that, I mean, let's cast this Rogue Refiner. They have Gideon on 4, we'll be in a little bit of trouble. Once we find Baral's expertise. Blah. It's unfortunate. I'm just gonna cast Oath here. I feel like I need to just like go digging here. I like play Tamiyo and plus on these and then chip into the Gideon and draw a card. Like this gains me some life in the backswing then basically. And like gives me an out to Baral's expertise to... I think this isn't fantastic for us, but I think this is our line. Oh, I messed up there. I should have played the Aether Hub because they have, what's it called in their deck? Deal. Because they have Thalia in their deck. These little things that lose you percentage points. Hopefully it just won't matter. I wouldn't be surprised if they boarded Thalia out, honestly. We have a lot of basics in our deck. Only 2-color deck, so it doesn't screw with us that much. So this is going to kill Tamiyo, which is kind of sad. But then, like, they don't have removal, and we draw Baral's expertise, we can kill the Gideon on the backswing, and we're up a bunch of cards right now, so it wouldn't be the worst. What their follow-up here is. A lot of nothing, huh? Let's bring it for us. Start by attacking Gideon here for 3. I think we're going to go Tireless Tracker into Hub. This is another reason to not put a bunch of root outs in our deck, too, because, like, my opponent just, like, hasn't drawn artifacts or enchantments, so, like, this card's just not doing anything right now. This time we're going to be smart and play the Hub, just in case there's a Thalia lurking. Scale of 1 to dead, I assume this is pretty dead. Sweet. Okay. That gives us something to do with the root out, at least. That might actually let us snipe the Gideon, depending on what we hit. Crispy! With the 11-month resubscription. Welcome back, and thank you for the continued support. I do appreciate it. It's a long time. Putting up with me for almost a year. Them not making tokens is real good for us, so we're looking to dodge, like, Avacyn here at this point. We've got way more cards than them, but they're a little bit ahead on board here. Leave the 3-Minute Inspector back. Good and conservative. I like it. It's bad for us. Good for them. Maybe they just don't have a play again? God bless. Alright, correct this clue. Kiki5455 with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Welcome. Nissa, Vital Force. Oh, right. They know we have Nissa. Alright, so what are we doing here? I think it's just Lumbering Falls Pass. Yeah, I mean, if they have Avacyn here, we're pretty much just dead, so I'm, like, not even gonna think about that. Avacyn sees playing Standard. She sees playing the Mardu deck. So we get to end step, root out this cast out, and then crack the clue, and then untap a Nissa, and then hopefully kill this Gideon. This is a sorcery? Holy shit. Alright. We're gonna concede now. We're just gonna shame concede there. No joke, have literally never cast this card. It's a sorcery. Holy crap. Reading magic cards is tough. Good lord. Wow, maybe they should just be Appetite for the Unnatural. Jeez, alright. Oh. I think the Investigate's still good there. Yeah, wow, so... Oh, jeez, it wouldn't let me draw cards at the end there, because Magic Online. Read the damn card, right? Woo! That's a sorcery. I just assumed... This effect is always an instant, right? This effect is always an instant. Next thing you're gonna tell me is that Oketra's Monument's legendary. Oh, God, that's great. Alright. Oh, geez, we have to play against a real living, breathing human for the last round, too. Gainsay is Andrew Cuneo, for those who are unaware. It's okay. Needs a couple of threats, but it's got an Unsubstantiate to bridge the gap a little bit. It's always an instant, except when it isn't. This is probably going to be some kind of control deck. Alright, censor me. Rough. Alright. Yeah, we probably... God, we probably would have been a favorite to win that last game, too. They were mostly out of gas. If I just, like, root out and then crack it, and then we had the Tamiyo and the Nissa. Land, please. Land, please. Alright, well, we tried. They didn't have a play. Well, that's good for us. Sure. That's really frustrating. Basically playing 26 lands with the Oaths. Untapped land would be so hot here. Oh, I guess it needs to be Hub exactly to cast this. Hub would be great. Oh, look, another card we can't cast. If we just hit any untapped land there, we get to go Servant, hold up Unsubstantiate. So if we get Fumigated here, we're in a bad spot, but like... I don't really have things to do. Gear Hulk, that, sure. Hub would be nice. We'd get to lock his thing down and then attack him for 6. It's a shame that land's not untapped. We could have gone Servant and Unsubstantiate this. And then, like, play Tamiyo the following turn if he taps out for it again. I guess I'll play this. Pass. This matchup's kind of awkward game 1 because Baral's expertise is not good. Probably taking the Servant away, right? Oh, a tracker, okay. Okay, sure. I think we're just passing here. I'm gonna play Longtusk Cub. I'm gonna see a Glimmer at end step here. This is a matchup where the root outs and the appetites, or the appetite for the natural, are real good. The attack I'm blocking with Servant because this means a Fumigate's coming. Alright. Huh. We're just gonna sit here and trade resources until I find like a Deep-Fiend. And Tireless Tracker is going to work. Yeah, Glimmer's fine. They'll have to play a land or discard next turn. Sweet. We get some virtual card advantage here from the fact that they have to discard at end of turn. Tireless Tracker is just going to be big enough to attack through this Gear Hulk here soon. And by soon, I mean next turn. of those are an EDF. Yeah, second Hulk doesn't seem completely unreasonable. I guess I'll get Refiner for now. Gives me something good to sacrifice if we hit EDF. Like, if this Baral's expertise had a text box, we'd actually be in a pretty good spot right now. Unfortunately, it does not have a text box. So we're just gonna pass here again. Elder Deep-Fiend, EDF. The squid, the daddiest of all the squid daddies. My goal here also is to just, like, play reasonably fast, so that way we can not possibly time them out going long. Their deck takes a long time to actually win the game. Fumigate. And if they want to fight over this, we're going to have to stick the Nissa next turn. Right on time, Squid Daddy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is only 8. Huh. Am I just gonna go Nissa Tamiyo here? I think I'm just gonna go Nissa Tamiyo. Because then instead of hitting with this, I can just untap a land and then use it for mana. Yeah, I think just getting both of these in while they're tapped out sounds great. The blue-green Nissa did not perform well in any of my testing, so I ended up not playing her. It was definitely a card I tried. And again, like, if this was post-board and these Baral's expertises had text boxes, like, be in a D spot. See how many cast outs they have. Usually I don't think they play 4 of this card. If he just goes like cast out here, we'll just like feel really bad about ourselves, but he's just passing. That's real good for us. That's another Squid Daddy. Hey, what's wrong? So I've got 8 mana here. So if I do this and then plus this on here, it gets haste to target this attack. We are walking into another Gear Hulk here, which doesn't feel fantastic, but I can Deep-Fiend tap that Gear Hulk. It's unfortunate that we drew the second Deep-Fiend, because I actually only have 2 in my deck, so the Sanctum doesn't have anything to go get right now. During my opponent's upkeep, I'm gonna go ahead and cast the Squid Daddy. Target this, 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 and this. They could like disallow this trigger and then deal with the Deep-Fiend. This does make Censor a live card, which is a little frustrating. Maybe I'm supposed to have just like untapped that land and passed, because they pretty likely have a Gear Hulk there since they've seen so many cards out of their deck. They get to draw a card by running it into that though, which is nice. We're gonna cycle this Blighted Cataract in response. No, playing another Torrential Gear Hulk in response, maybe? We're gonna Gear Hulk Censor me? Sure. Oh, we're gonna disallow my tap trigger? Elliot to attack one of my planeswalkers here. Probably the Tamiyo, right? Yeah, if I was playing a match of paper Magic right now, I would 10 out of 10 concede this game. But because we're playing on Magic Online, my opponent and I have separate clocks, so I am 10 out of 10 going to make them click through all of this and actually kill me. Getting us scattered here, sure. I guess we're not just dead. We can draw some more cards here. Okay, maybe we have a plan. Maybe there's a plan. I feel like there's a plan forming in my head, and this cast out is gonna ruin it. Maybe you should have ulted the Nissa. Maybe I should have ulted the Nissa. Let's animate this. It's a shame we don't have one more mana to double censor this Gear Hulk. That is Hex music playing in the background. Opponent's going to target a draw spell, I assume, here. Yep. So we'll let them cast this and scry without knowing that their Gear Hulk's going to die. I don't really have anything else to do with my energy, so I'm just going to go ahead and pump this twice. Hit them for 7. Maybe if we find the other Deliverance, we can actually win this game. This deck just generates sweet games of Magic. If there's anything this deck does, it definitely generates sweet games of Magic. Go. 10 out of 10 does that. Fumigate resolves. That's unfortunate. We're 1 mana short of doing both of these. Yep. I have a Blessed Alliance? That would be annoying. I'm pretty sure this matchup we're ahead post-board, but Kunio's also a master, so, like, there's that. I think these Censors are doing anything at this point. Let's try and find that other Dissenter's Deliverance. Man, again, if these Baral's expertise is at text boxes. This is the game we stumbled, isn't it? We know they have a Gear Hulk in their hand because we Baral's expertised it, so. We might also just, like, deck them. Non-zero chance that happens. Holy crap, the fact that that Magic Online tapped my extra land and then didn't let me undo it means I can't cast a Squid Daddy here. So we're just gonna be a full cycle behind. Normally I would have Squid Daddied him here, but I guess this means we get to play it around Censor now, which is nice, I suppose. Yep. And 3 ways to destroy. Could you imagine if all these Baral's expertises destroyed enchantments or were negates? Like, We get way more tools post-board than they do, that's for sure. Yep, Glimmer resolves. Come on. Yeah, it's a shame. He knows we only have 2 squids in our deck now, because I haven't used this yet. The goal here is to not die. I've got 13 cards in their deck. Can we do it? I'm gonna scatter my Deep-Fiend, sure. Bounce your stuff, go. And again, at this point, we're probably like sub 5% to win this game, but you know, they get to run their clock out, so let's do it. We technically have another Dissenter's Deliverance in our deck. Got 2 Lumbering Falls to block next turn. We don't have outs. We're just burning their clock. I guess an out is them decking. I guess we theoretically have ways to actually win the game. So I guess we're not just clocking them, but you know. We would have had our 3rd Lumbering Falls earlier. That would have been good too, because we're basically about to trade a Lumbering Falls for a Gear Hulk here. Yeah, just like if we play, I feel like we get much better than they do post board. So like, they only have 7 cards in their deck. So, like, and we stumbled this game, too. Like, if we hadn't stumbled earlier, we'd have a better chance this game. And, like I said, I think we get much better post-board than they do, which means we can likely win Game 2, and then if we don't win Game 2 very quickly, they're not going to have time to win Game 3. We're up 3.5 minutes right now. They chose not to cast their draw 2. That's probably the safest scenario. Yep. Alright, and root outs are sorcery, things that we know. Actually, I don't actually have a good... I'm not 100% sure what we're doing here. We have so many cards that could possibly be good in this matchup. I don't actually think Squid Daddy is good. I think he's a little bit too slow. Coup is fine. Unsubstantiate's like, okay. I don't actually know if these pacifists have to be good, right? I think that's just like the game plan. Am I crazy if I cut a land? I'm gonna cut the Sanctum if I'm boarding out the Deep-Fiends. Yeah, there we go. Maddie's on the bar with me. He understands. He knows what's up. Is the Manglehorn too narrow? Manglehorn might be too narrow. Are these coups a little loose? You take their Gear Hulks, man. Gear Hulks they don't have a lot of threats, like, and they might have like Kefnet postboard and stuff, like. Yeah, Servant might be a fine cut too, actually. I don't want to cut all my mana. Servant's like medium. Maybe we don't want both coups. Okay, this is 60 with cutting 2 servants. I don't know if that's good. Yeah, unsub might be. The extra mana from the servant gives you room to maneuver around stuff sometimes, which is nice. Let's do this. Let's do this. Sounds great. Yeah, unsub's kind of like a counterspell because you can unsub our own cards. And you can like bounce our stuff in response to Fumigates. Well, I mean, we're 10 out of 10 the beatdown in this matchup, so like... I think I just want to make land drops at this point. I'm going to go ahead and run this Servant into a Censor, because something's going to run into a Censor at some point this game. Oh yeah, if this was Pacifist, like, they'd be super dead right now. I'm gonna run into another Censor here. So, feeling pretty bad. This is probably just gonna show us lands about passing the Rogue Refiner for a land earlier. Alright, found another tracker. Sign me up. If I don't run into the Censor there, they're just going to get to cycle it, so... And, like, I'm probably going to hit a Censor at some point anyways. And, like, they likely have disallows and scatters and stuff anyways, so... I just want to keep pressuring them to use their mana so they don't have a turn to take this Longtusk Cub away from me. Play this out to encourage them to clear the board next turn, so that way I can stick the Nissa, hit them for 5 here. If they don't have Fumigate next turn, they're going to be in trouble. The old sorcery speed cast out. Yep. I'm gonna stick this Nissa now. I'm gonna wait on the Oath. Alright, oh, I have time for a game 3. Yeah, I think I like how we boarded. Maybe the Servant's better than Coup on the draw. Coup's a little narrow in general. Yeah, I'm gonna cut the Coup. We won too quickly, right? Pretty easy mulligan here. Just doesn't have anything going on. Not exciting, but it's a keep. Bottom and on land. Blue source. Oh, that's potentially a blue source. Yep, need the island here. So I don't think I want to run into a Censor here. I think I'm just going to pass with this Negate up. And the next turn we can go land Rogue Refiner into land Tamiyo into land Nissa. It's like the cast out's real good for us. Alright, well that probably means that's their last land. Otherwise they wouldn't have played it out yet. Or it's their last untapped land perhaps. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Yeah, I should have played an island to represent this spell here. And now if they want to interact with this, they can't Glimmer or Hieroglyphic this turn. Honestly, there might have been merit to just jamming the Tamiyo there, because this is a bigger must answer for them, so that encourages them. Well, I guess if I wait 2 turns, I can Tamiyo with Negate up, which seems wonderful. Assuming they're going to continue to make line drops now that they did that, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to Oath and then wait a turn to play Tamiyo with Negate up. Especially now that we hit a Tracker. Oh, wait, I can take Cub here and then have Cub plus Negate this turn? Yeah, that sounds great, actually. Start by attacking with this. And, like, if they try and Fumigate us next turn, we can negate them and then untap and play Nissa. I don't think he'll do that, because that's really aggressive. If they fight over this Cub, I might fight back. If I try to draw 2 here, I'm going to counter it. Yeah, I'm just going to counter this. Let's use my mana efficiently. And if they Fumigate us next turn, I still get to stick Nissa, so I think that's fine. Be sick if they miss a land drop here. Yeah! Good counter on the draw, too. Missed a land drop. Alright. Well, I guess we're just going to play this Tamiyo, right? Do I play an untapped land and do the Tamiyo? I feel like I'm not supposed to, and if I get, like, double censored, I get double censored. I feel like if they had another Censor, they would have cycled it last turn. I'm just going to cast the Tamiyo. You probably have to counter this. Yep. Cub dies to Immolating Glare here. Not die to that, though. This is the deck that I played at the Invitational and Standard. Sure. They're pretty unlikely to miss here, but if they do, oh boy. Yep. Alright, assume they have an answer to this Nissa. Negate would be the best draw on our deck. Lumbering Falls. Alright, with the Lumbering Falls drawn, I think I'm going to lead on this. Okay, that's decent for us. Getting another hit in with this means that it can attack through a, Gear Hulk next turn, so it'll be a 6/6. I went 3 and 4 at the Invitational. We just ship with the falls here? Because if he Gear Hulks and Blessed Alliances, I sack the falls and, like, crack them for 6. Kind of like that. Look at that. Sniffed out the Gear Hulk. See what they're doing with this. They might... Yeah, they might Glimmer. Okay. It's bold, but I like it. So they're going to eat my Lumbering Falls here. You want some more peanut butter? Guess peanut butter's great. Put them to 2. So we've got them to 2, but we're actually not in a good spot here. Really needed some of our card advantage to stick. Yep. Like a Negate or an Unsub this turn to push this Nissa through. Yeah, they're not even attacking. I think I'm just passing here. If we draw a Tireless Tracker, I want the land in hand to make a clue with. This attack sucks. It means they have another Gear Hulk. Sucks for us. It's a good attack for them, obviously. They have another Gear Hulk, but it sucks. Sucks for us. As someone who's looking to win the game. Yep. Man, remember that time we boarded a land out? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Dead here. So the turning point. Alrighty. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that one and file for comp because Magic Online. What a great way to end a Magic stream. Fantastical way to end a Magic stream. Alright, at any rate. Thank you everyone for hanging out here today. If you're just here for the Magic, make sure you have a wonderful 4th here. We're gonna play some Hex.